Assalamu alaikum. How are you, friends? So today we discuss about the state, concept of state, definition, element, state and society, state and nation, state and government. So introduction. The modern term state is derived from the word status. It was Niccolo Machiavelli from 1469 to 1527 who first used the term state in his writing. His important work is titled as Prince. Definition: the state is the most universal and most powerful of all social institutions. The state is a natural institution. Aristotle said man is a social animal and by nature he is a political being. To him, to live in the state and to be a man were identical. The state is the highest form of human association. It is necessary because it comes into existence out of basic need of life. It continues to remain for the sake of good life. To Woodrow Wilson, state is a people organized for law within a definite territory. Aristotle defined the state as a union of families and villages having for its end a perfect and self-sufficing life, by which it means a happy and good life. Burgess defined the state as a particular portion of mankind viewed as an organized unit. According to Sigwick, state is a combination or association of personnel in form of government and governed and united together into a politically organized people of a definite territory. According to Gardner, state is a community of people who live in a definite form of territory, free of external control and possession, an organized government to which people show habitual agreement. Professor Laxi defined state as a territorial society divided into government and subject whose relationships are determined by exercise of supreme coercive power. Element of state. From the above definition, it is clear that the following are elements of state: physical basis of the state, population and territory; political basis of state, government and sovereignty. Element of state: the population, the people who make the state. Population is essential for a state. Greek thinkers were of the view that the population should neither be too big nor be small. According to Plato, the ideal number would be 5040. According to Aristotle, the number should be neither too large neither too small. It should be large enough to be self-sufficing and small enough to be well governed. Greek thinkers like Plato and Aristotle thinking on number was based on small city states like Athens and Sparta. Modern states were in population. India has a population about 102 crore people according to 2001 census. Territory. There can be no state without a fixed territory. People need a territory to live and organize themselves socially and politically. It may be remembered that the territory of state include land, water and air space. The modern state differ in size. Territory is necessary for citizenship. As in the case of population, no definite size with regard to extent of area of state can be fixed. There are small and big states. The elements of state. Professor Eliot. Territorial sovereignty or superiority of state overall within its boundaries and complete freedom from external control has been a fundamental principle of modern state. India has an area about 3287 to 63 square kilometer. Approximately India occupies 2.4% of global area. Government. Government is the third element of state. There can be no state without government. Government is the working agency of state. It is political organization of state. Professor Aparand Roy defined government as the agency through which the force of state is formulated, expressed and realized. According to C.F. Strong, in order to make and enforce law, the state must have highest authority. This is called government. Sovereignty. The fourth essential element of the state is sovereignty. The word sovereignty means supreme and final legal authority, above and beyond which no legal power exists. Sovereignty has two aspects: internal sovereignty and external sovereignty. Internal sovereignty means that the state is supreme over all its citizens and associations. External sovereignty means that the state is independent and free from foreign or outside control. State and society. The society consists of large number of individuals, families, groups, institutions. The early political thinker considered both state and society as one. State is a part of society but not a form of society. No state society. State can exist after the origin of society. Society is a prior to state. The scope of state is limited. The scope of society is much wider. State has fixed territory. Society has no fixed territory. State is a political organization. Society is a social organization. State has power to enforce laws. Society has no power to enforce laws. State, civil society. State and nation. The word nation is derived from the Latin word natio, which means birth or race. The term nation and state are used as synonymous. Government often used with the state as synonymous, but both the government and state are two different entities, unities. There are differences between state and government. They are explained in table given below. State consists of population, territory, government and sovereignty, whereas government is a part of state. State possesses original power. Power of government are derived from the state. State is permanent and continuous forever. Government is temporary. It may be come and go. State is abstract and invisible. Government is concentrated and visible. Branches of government: executive, legislative, judicial. Executive is one of the three branches of government as given below. State function through the executive. Namely, government is duty of executive or enforce the laws passed by legislature. The executive who exercise real power is the real executive. The executive who has no nominal power is the nominal executive. Power of and function of executive: enforcing law, maintaining peace and order, repelling aggressive violence, building friendly relation with other state when necessary to wage war to protect country, making appointment of higher post, raising money and spending them, convening session of legislature and conducting business, issue ordinance whenever the legislature is in session. Power and function of executive are implement scheme and project to improve social. Legislature. The legislature is the law making branch. Legislature has an important role in adjustment of constitution. The legislature is a deliberate body where matter of social, economic and political concern are discussed, debated and decided. Judiciary is the third important organ of the government machinery. Its main function to interpret laws and administer justice. Function of judiciary: administration of justice, determine what is the scope, deal with and meaning of it, to give advisory opinion on matter referred to it, to issue order or writ for purpose preventing violation of right and laws, to act as guardian of the constitution. Judiciary, the end. So overall we discuss about the state. In Urdu the state is known as Riyasat, and element of state including two type element: physical base, population, territory, and political base, government and sovereignty. Then we define population.